Hello, and welcome to the first episode of Francheesecakes got cake, and he's making it too. And today we are making these cookies. So this recipe is from 1986, and it was delivered to my grandma via email. This is like one of the original chain mails, but for baking, so basically just for old grandmas. So anyway, to get started, I will show you all the ingredients that we need. We need 2 cups of butter, which we're going to soften in the microwave in just 1 second. 2 eggs, uvas, possibly, that might be grapes, I don't know. 1 cup of white sugar and 1 cup of brown sugar. Flour, that's 2 cups, I believe. 2.5 cups of oats, and we're going to be doing something very special with these oats. Feel the oats, mama. Chocolate chips. We obviously don't have enough chocolate chips, but this is the best I can do. I also chopped up this chocolate bar from Trader Joe's that I found in there. We'll see how it goes. A half a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. To get started, we are going to cream up the butter and the sugar in this bad boy right here. And to do that, we're gonna have to soften the butter a little bit. While we're gonna be creaming this, we're going to have to powderize this oats. These are old-fashioned oats. I got them at Target, I think. I believe my dad got them to me because I'm not allowed to go outside. But basically, we're going to powderize them and basically make oatmeal, but like not oatmeal, but like meal from oats. Because like you know how like cornmeal's like powdered down corn. These are definitely softened enough. I'll show you the little, like you can see kind of the squeeze. I don't want them to be too softened just because I don't want that to happen. What I first like to do is first just cream the butter. For a lad bit, I put that on a high setting, and I just cream that up. And the reason I want to cream this up is that this is going to be like the only way you're really going to get air incorporated into your cookie, which is very important. So we're gonna mix that up for a little bit. So the butter itself should be creamed enough as of right now. So we'll turn off the mixer, open this bad boy up. What's important is after you plate this in, so we're gonna put the sugar and stuff in. We're done with this bowl now. Yeah, beautiful. So place that down, do it like this. Start slow because you don't want the sugar to be flying everywhere. And then you can gradually pick up the speed a little bit more. And what's also really important is make sure that that doesn't fall onto there, because that would just be a waste of stuff. So place that in there. Simple, easy done. Actually, we'll just place that right there. Put this baby back in. Place down the top. Go slow and speed it up faster. So we're just going to let that cream up. We're going to blend this in the blender and make it into a powder. I have no idea how this is going to go. It might like explode or something, but we're going to hope for the best. These are old-fashioned oats. I don't really know what that means, but they're old and they're fashionable, so you know that's my type. Terrifying. It's just an ounce of oatmeal. Now, what I always like to do with eggs, just because I panic, is that I like to crack them in a separate bowl just to make sure I don't get any shells in the batter itself. This might just be a me problem, but do you guys get uncomfortable by the little like that's like stuck onto the yolk? Because I do. Like, let me try to show y'all. Like that little white part. Disgusting. Just add vanilla in. Perfect. And then add our eggs in. Perfect. The eggs are kind of gonna be like not cute at first. They're not gonna be cute. You're digging the jigging that bitch. Yes, yes, yes. So this is what it looks like now. It's really changed consistency. It's very fluffy now. Because of all the air you were able to incorporate into it. Honestly, this is probably done mixing. We're just gonna mix it a little bit more, just to be sure, just make sure all the parts that I just scooped in from the outside are good, all chilling with each other, and then we'll move on to our next step. For our next step, we're gonna do two things. We're going to need to get some sifter. I like to just use these sifters that you go like this. And then you're gonna need the paddle attachment. So, as I said before, this is like the last time you're really mixing this, because you don't want to mix your flour too much, otherwise gluten is going to start to develop. Hello, do you like my powderized oats?
Ooh, that was nice already. Fancy.
Thank you, thank you. How was your lunch?
Sorry that I got in your picture there.
Oh no, it's funny how there's gonna be more oats in there than there's gonna be flour.
Really?
Uh-huh. Because the reason why using brown sugar is important, as well as using baking soda.
Soda is because molasses that's in the brown sugar is a little bit acidic, and once it starts cooking, it's going to react with the baking soda, and you know if the baking soda vinegar reaction is going to try and do that. But inside cookies, giving it a little bit more rise, and also then falling down.
It's like a combo wombo. So anyway, we're gonna fit this with this attachment because this will just allow it to gently fold itself in while not actually mixing that much. And what's important is once we add the ingredients, we're gonna mix it on the lowest speed possible. So anyway, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get our sifter, and then we're going to sift our, oh wait, at this time set your oven to 350 degrees, preheat that. Sifting your flour, it's really important you sift so that the clumps get out and you don't have to mix them out. So it's just easier to incorporate, if that makes sense, because all that matters is you want to incorporate it for the least amount of time so the gluten doesn't develop, right? So here we have our oats in the blender, so we're just gonna see what happens if we try to sift them. I mean, it's kind of working. I think some of them are just too big, so we're just gonna chuck them all in there. Since we're using the oats, like, for oat reasons, I think it's fine if they don't all sift through. I really don't know, but you're gonna sift what you can through, because sometimes the sifting is just gonna get like the lumps of them apart from each other, if that makes sense. And then we have baking soda, salt, baking powder, as I specified before, while we use all that stuff. Salt's good because we use unsalted butter, that's very important. Yeah, that's about it. I think on my stand mixer, it has a mode for just stir, and that's exactly what we want to do. We just want to stir it. Stirring it's not going to create that big that could happen easily, and then also stirring it's going to stop the gluten development. So this part's really important to really fold, get the outside parts incorporated in. This is a lot about love. What that means, we're gonna have a lot of cookies love. Now this is very thick. This is very thick. Honestly, I think we're already incorporated, so we're gonna put in our chocolate chips and chopped up chocolate from the bar, and we're gonna just put that in there. And we're gonna fold that in. We're done with the mixer, we're just gonna fold it. In addition, this is the half recipe for these cookies. The full recipe makes 112, which the half is 56. They're gonna be fairly small, I think. I like smaller cookies more. Again, a controversial opinion, but like, then, because I'm always gonna eat the same number of cookies. But if I eat 2 small ones, that's better than eating 2 gigantos. You know what I'm saying? Interestingly, in this recipe, it doesn't call for the cookies to rest, which is interesting because I usually rest my cookies before I bake them. But since it doesn't call for it, I'm not going to, because maybe the oatmeal has something to do with that. I don't know. And in the recipes, it calls for golf ball sized balls, and I really don't know how sticky this is going to be, but it's manageable. So I'm gonna just use my hands. Make sure your hands are clean. If you're using your hands, you can spray them with this little like spray thing, and like this is a non-aerosol sprayer. I can use it to grease up my hands. Ooh, got on my nose. That's not good. Pimple's gonna form there in like 8 minutes. So we're just gonna. I'm aiming for. I think this is a nice size. This cookie dough actually feels great in my hands. Kind of a stress relief. Oh my god. So I've been watching a show on Netflix, this episode where they have to describe tic-tac-toe to this person who pretends that they've never heard of tic-tac-toe before. And then everybody says it in around like 130 words. But then this one guy who had to be excluded because he was an outlier sang a song, and it's been stuck in my head, and it goes, tic-tac-toe, you put the X next to the O next to the X, and then you get 3 in a row, it's called tic-tac-toe. Yeah. So that was fun. It seems like they're definitely gonna crunch into each other, so I'm gonna see for myself. Don't know what that means, but I think it's in French.
Hey guys, I'm Francisco's editor, and I've also been taking French for 5 years, so that pronunciation was so offensive. The real way to say it is comme ci, comme ça, and it basically means like so, not good, not bad, kind of like in between.
Voulez-vous, take it now, leave it now. Hello. Yes.
Are you making a video?
I will never forget watching this live on TV. After I bake these, do you want to play Fortnite?
Sure.
Okay. Cookie crisp. Cookie crisp. So anyway, I finished formulating all my cookies. Here are my finished formulating cookies. We'll see how badly they do. Ow. Catch-all on the flip side. I'll show you once the cookies are done. Yeah, time to clean some dishes. Let's play some basketball. Welcome back. I just took my cookies out of the oven. I'll show them to you now. Delicious, nutritious, not really, but I'm going to crack some pink sea salt over the top of this bad boys. Those little strips over each of them. That's a duck. Yeah, I cooked them for 12 minutes. That was a puppy though. But I mean, yeah, they're done. In a few moments, I'm gonna transfer them to a cooling rack. But other than that, we can call it a day. Yeah. Party, y'all. So anyway, I guess this is where I sign out. Once again, this is Francheesecakes got cakes and he bakes them too. I'm your host, Francheesecakes. Have a great one, everybody.